success. We hear the word all the time, but what does it actually mean? Is it about climbing the corporate ladder, accumulating wealth, or something else entirely? Turns out, it's less about external achievements and more about an internal process. It all starts with how you think. Successful thinking isn't some mystical power reserved for a select few. It's a learnable skill, a way of approaching the world with intention and purpose. It's not about never failing. In fact, failure becomes a trusted friend, like that one honest friend who tells you when you've got spinach in your teeth. It's about responding to failure, setbacks, and challenges with clarity, creativity, and persistence. Think of it as having a mental toolkit. First, there's clarity of purpose, knowing exactly what you want and focusing your energy on getting there. No vague dreams here. We're talking precise goals. Then, strategic thinking, mapping out how to get from point A to point Z without falling into every pothole along the way. And of course, resilience, the ability to bounce back after life throws its inevitable curveballs, because it will. Oh, it will. Finally, continuous learning, staying open to new ideas, feedback, and growth opportunities. But here's the thing. All the goal setting and strategic thinking in the world won't get you far without the right mindset. Mindset is the secret sauce of successful thinking. It's how you interpret events, handle challenges, and motivate yourself to keep going when the going gets tough. Ever catch yourself thinking, I'm just not good at that? Or maybe, they're naturally talented. I could never do that? That's your mindset talking. It's the unseen force that shapes how you approach challenges, interpret setbacks, and navigate opportunities. Think of your mindset as your internal operating system. It decides whether you take on that daunting project at work, stick with piano lessons, even after mangling Mary Had a Little Lamb, or even ask for a raise, or talk yourself out of it before even trying. So, what exactly is a mindset? It's your set of beliefs about yourself and the world. It's the story you tell yourself every day about your abilities, potential, and limits. These beliefs act like filters, shaping how you perceive reality. Psychologist Carol Dweck identified two key types of mindsets: fixed and growth. A fixed mindset is like that overly critical friend who's always telling you to know your limits. People with a fixed mindset believe their intelligence, talents, and abilities are set in stone. You're either good at something or you're not, and no amount of effort will change that. On the other hand, a growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. It's like having an internal coach who constantly whispers, "You've got this, keep going." Mindsets influence everything: how you handle setbacks, pursue goals, and interact with others. In school, work, or creative pursuits, mindset determines whether you stick with hard tasks or give up. Studies show that students with a growth mindset outperform their fixed mindset peers because they focus on learning rather than avoiding failure. When faced with difficulty, they see effort as the path to improvement, not as proof that they lack ability. And it's not just about performance. Mindset also plays a huge role in resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's a defining feature of a growth mindset. While people with a fixed mindset might view failure as the end of the road, growth-minded individuals see it as a learning opportunity. Think about J.K. Rowling. Before she published Harry Potter, she was rejected by 12 publishers. Imagine if she'd stopped at rejection number 10, thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Instead, she kept refining her manuscript and persisted, ultimately creating one of the most successful book series in history. But it doesn't stop there. Your mindset doesn't just affect your personal growth. It impacts how you interact with others. People with a growth mindset are more likely to communicate openly, accept feedback in relationships, and encourage growth in others. Recognize fixed mindset patterns in your thinking? Don't panic. The good news is that mindsets aren't permanent. They can be changed with awareness and effort. First, reframe your thoughts. When you hear yourself thinking, "I can't do this," challenge the thought. Add the word "yet" to the end of the sentence. "I'll never be good at public speaking" becomes "I'm not good at public speaking yet, but I can improve with practice." Next, embrace challenges. Challenges are growth opportunities in disguise. Instead of avoiding tasks that seem difficult, dive into them with curiosity and learn from failure. Instead of seeing failure as proof of inadequacy, treat it like a coach. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? What can I try next time? Seek feedback and act on it. Feedback isn't criticism, it's a gift. Growth-minded individuals actively seek input from mentors, peers, or coaches and use it to improve. Finally, surround yourself with growth-oriented people. The people you spend time with can either reinforce a fixed mindset or inspire growth. Seek out individuals who challenge you, celebrate your progress, and encourage you to step outside your comfort zone. Imagine getting into your car, punching the gas, and driving aimlessly. No GPS, no destination in mind. Sure, you might enjoy the ride for a while, but eventually you'd run out of gas and end up nowhere in particular. That's what life feels like without goals. A lot of movement, but no real direction. Goals are your roadmap to success. They give you clarity, focus, and purpose, ensuring your efforts are channeled toward meaningful outcomes. Research consistently shows that people who set clear, written goals are significantly more likely to achieve them. Why? Because goals provide clarity on what you want. They boost motivation by giving you something to work toward. They create accountability by tracking progress, and they encourage focus by reducing distractions. Your brain loves goals, literally. When you set a goal, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical associated with motivation and reward. This is why even small wins, like crossing an item off your to-do list, feel so satisfying. Each success reinforces your commitment and propels you forward. So how do you set goals that actually stick? Enter the SMART framework, a proven method for creating goals that work. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. A goal without a plan is like a dream without wings. It goes nowhere. Action plans break your goal into smaller, manageable steps, making progress less overwhelming and more achievable. First, break it down. Divide your goal into milestones. For example, a goal to write a 60,000-word novel in 6 months could be broken down into monthly milestones. Month 1, develop an outline. Months 2 to 5, write 15,000 words per month. Month 6, edit and revise. Next, set deadlines. Assign a timeline to each milestone. Deadlines create urgency and keep you on track. Then prioritize tasks. Identify the most critical steps and focus on them first. This ensures you're always working on what matters most. And track your progress. Review your progress regularly to ensure you're staying on course. Adjust your plan as needed. Accountability is the secret sauce of goal achievement. Sharing your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or accountability group creates a sense of responsibility and keeps you motivated. Think of your accountability partner as a gym buddy for your goals. They'll cheer you on when you're crushing it and lovingly guilt trip you when you're slacking. Critical thinking is like a superpower that doesn't involve wearing a cape. It's the ability to analyze information objectively, evaluate situations from multiple angles, and make informed decisions. While most of us assume we're good at thinking critically, research shows that it's a skill many lack until they intentionally develop it. At its core, critical thinking is the process of analyzing information or situations objectively, evaluating evidence, assumptions, and alternatives, and making reasoned decisions based on logic, not impulse. It's not about being skeptical of everything. It's about being curious, open-minded, and thorough in your thought process. Critical thinking turns noise into clarity, helping you separate fact from fiction and make decisions with confidence. To develop critical thinking, focus on 4 pillars. Observation, the ability to notice and gather information without jumping to conclusions. Analysis, which involves breaking down complex information into smaller, digestible parts. Evaluation, where you weigh the evidence, consider alternatives, and assess the validity of information. And decision-making, where you weigh options logically and consider both short-term and long-term consequences. We all carry invisible baggage, beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world that shape how we act and what we think we can achieve. Some of these beliefs are empowering, but others are like brick walls, holding us back from reaching our potential. These are called limiting beliefs, and they're often sneaky, showing up as self-doubt, fear, or excuses. Limiting beliefs aren't just whispers of negativity in your mind. They're roadblocks on the path to success. Limiting beliefs feel like truth, but they're just opinions you've repeated so often they've become habits of thought. And like all habits, they can be changed. To identify your limiting beliefs, listen to your self-talk. Pay attention to the little voice in your head. Limiting beliefs often disguise themselves as excuses, doubts, or fears. Look for patterns. Limiting beliefs often follow a theme, such as fear of failure or feeling unworthy. Reflect on past situations where you held back and ask yourself why. Question the belief. Ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Is this belief based on facts or assumptions? What evidence contradicts this belief? Once you've identified a limiting belief, it's time to challenge and replace it. Reframe the belief. Turn a negative thought into a positive, empowering statement. Gather evidence. Look for proof that contradicts your limiting belief. Take action. The best way to prove a belief wrong is to take action that challenges it. Positive thinking is not about ignoring problems, plastering on a fake smile, and pretending life is a sunshine-filled picnic. It's about shifting your focus from problems to solutions, from what's wrong to what's possible. It's a mindset that amplifies resilience, boosts happiness, and makes achieving success not just a possibility, but a probability. Positive thinking is a mental and emotional attitude that focuses on the bright side of life and anticipates good results. It doesn't mean ignoring reality or denying challenges. It means approaching situations with the belief that you can handle them and come out stronger. Positivity isn't just feel-good fluff, it's backed by science. Researchers have found that positive emotions broaden your perspective, enhance creativity, and build resilience over time. This is called the broaden and build theory of positivity. To cultivate positivity, practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. It rewires your brain to notice and appreciate the positives in your life. Reframe negative thoughts. When a negative thought arises, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or assumptions? What's a more constructive way to view this situation? Surround yourself with positivity. The people and environments around you influence your mindset. Choose relationships and spaces that uplift and inspire you. It's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know and how well you communicate. Effective communication and networking are the building blocks of relationships, collaboration, and influence. Communication is more than words. It's about ensuring your message is understood and received as you intended. Miscommunication can lead to conflict, missed opportunities, and frustration. Effective communication, on the other hand, fosters understanding, trust, and collaboration. Core skills of effective communication include active listening, nonverbal communication, and emotional intelligence. Networking is the art of creating mutually beneficial relationships. It's not just about collecting business cards or LinkedIn connections. It's about building trust and adding value. To build meaningful connections, be genuine. People can spot fake networking a mile away. Approach connections with authenticity and a desire to contribute. Prepare your personal brand. Your personal brand is what people remember about you. It's how you present your skills, values, and expertise. And attend networking events. Networking events, whether in person or virtual, are great opportunities to meet like-minded professionals,